Hey, what's going on, everyone? So, The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening is out tomorrow. It's a very, very special game to me. I cannot wait for it. But just thinking about it, it just got me thinking about childhood and recapturing that magic and just how time itself, I suppose, is a funny thing. And so is nostalgia. I suppose in many respects, or in actuality, they are, I suppose, one and the same. I suppose, intertwined, like the roots of a tree, buried deep within our subconscious. I suppose these deep memories, many of which can conjure up nostalgia, largely from the distant past, but also, at times, very, recently, these memories, I suppose, can effectively, govern our futures, our characters, our thoughts and memories, and I suppose these indeed, create us, who we are, along with obviously many other experiences that we encounter, as an adult, as well as someone who has played many games, I suppose for over 30 years now. My nostalgia, and memories, for many games, runs pretty deep. And there it is, without a shadow of a doubt, that my experience and memories with gaming have, greatly shaped the person who I am today. But also, as I've gotten older, I've found that it's become increasingly harder to be drawn into and utterly immersed in the game worlds and games in general that are presented to us today. This has nothing to do with the quality of games today. Although I suppose that's a debate for another day. This is this for me is all about how a game can encapsulate that sense of childhood wonder and magic. The belief in true fantasy like adventure, tales of swords and sorcery. Where you dream of nothing but wonder and magic. Of discovery and adventure and believing that these things can be possible, and if not, just making you, I suppose, just smile with nothing but pure joy and fun. That generates those warm feelings of contentment. Giving you goosebumps. I suppose. Also taking you away from the life around you. Transporting you. Away. For those moments, just to somewhere else. That's the beauty of entertainment. I saw an advert recently for the Link's Awakening remake. I'll chuck it on the screen now if I can remember to record the footage. The original game, which if you know me by now, like I said, is a very important game to me. But the advert, played on exactly the type of age range, that this game would conjure up those levels of nostalgia if you had played it at the time of release. Something that I did. It shows a man who looks at his mid-30s maybe, going through his attic and finding his own Game Boy with the battery cover missing, which I thought was a nice touch, as well as his copy of Link's Awakening on the Game Boy. The video is all about nostalgia, capturing that childhood moment in time perfectly through the expression on his face, and I'm not going to lie, I got goosebumps. He later just jumps onto the remake version on the Nintendo Switch, and tries to relive those childhood days, with a game that is, I suppose, part of his being, but I suppose now looking even more beautiful, in his recreation. I suppose this can be the easier part of recapturing that childhood sense of delight and wonder, as it instantly plays on the familiar, something you already know intimately, I suppose. So you will be instantly be able to engage and remember things from those years before. But if you play a game that's completely fresh, this is where capturing that sense of wonder, magic, adventure, joy, and purity is for me more difficult to find as an adult who still plays video games. as an example, Super Mario Odyssey, brought back that sense of just pure joy, that pure, video game fun and joy to me, recently. Just seeing Mario, this character moving about his world as if he was loving, every moment of it, But this is Super Mario. Even after all these years, he still reminds you of why video games, became fun. Pure, he's just pure in his delivery of entertainment through both the gameplay and the game worlds, completely, I suppose, unashamed of who he is in a modern industry, that strives, I suppose, to be like a Hollywood movie now, instead of just remembering to have fun, regardless of the subject matter. But one game that did tick all boxes for me recently, as I say, I say recently, it actually released, 2.5 years ago. Time's gone, very quick. I'm still playing it to this day. And that game is The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. It's easy for people to forget that it was, it was like that first step into this brand new Hyrule. So we knew its name. We we knew who the three main characters were. Link, Zelda, Ganon, and they've always been those guys for the most part. But this was something new. Something familiar yet still incredibly new in so many ways. That feeling of stepping out, seeing this vast world in front of you, and for the most part, being given full reign, with very little written instruction, how to proceed into a predetermined direction, in order to get done, what you wanted to do, which is what a lot of games do these days. I suppose also that's the beauty of Breath of the Wild's story, which I feel a lot of people push aside. This was your adventure, one where you ultimately make up your own story, of how you achieve things and what other things happen along the way. This is the beauty of this Hyrule. It's telling you go on an adventure and have a crazy amount of fun whilst doing it. And this is where the magic of exploration, wonder, adventure, and excitement comes from in this game. Because it equips you with the tools required to experiment and progress in whatever ways you think of, and for the most part, it reminds you, both with what the game world is on a fundamental level, it reminds you of what it wants you to do, and what on an experimental level it'll let you do, and even what the developers didn't think it could do themselves, even they found themselves being surprised. But Breath of the Wild, works incredibly well on so many levels that you can't help but be absorbed into it. I suppose essentially not thinking about things like that would, I suppose, in other games play on your mind, as they essentially fight against your immersion into that experience. I suppose not once did I think about any struggles that I might have had with the controls in this game, because they just worked for it. Whereas no matter how much I loved the world of The Witcher 3 as an example, there were many everyday things like the controls and other things that just battled against your immersion into that game, as the world being the Northern Realms, as they called it. So, Zelda made you free, and dragged you into Hyrule, like I used to get dragged into the worlds within my fighting fantasy books or other truly, incredible gaming experiences, like the worlds like in Metroid Prime, Journey, Ico, Oddworld, which I tweeted about today, Panzer Dragoon, Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, Link's Awakening, of course, Diablo 2, World of Warcraft, etc. That childhood like magic is hard to capture again, but man, when something does grab you again and refuses to let go, it has to be one of the greatest experiences any of us could ask for. I'm not sure what the next game will be, that'll do this. I'm not even sure if Breath of the Wild sequel can do this. But I'm not going to let that be a factor. Perhaps sometimes, as an adult, it's more special to find these more one-off in a long time experiences, that really capture you, than it being, the norm, I suppose. almost like how a kid gets excited, about Santa, about Christmas, Santa delivering, coming to deliver toys. It's not just the toys, but the magic of the event and the time as well. That only happens once a year, but leaves a lasting impression. Or perhaps it would just be, great to be completely absorbed into intoxicating game worlds as if I was younger, happening all the time, every day, who knows. But yeah, I think I'm done here. As an adult, do you struggle to find those truly magical experiences that capture your sense of wonder and excitement, just like it did when you were younger, and now it only happens on rare occasions, or perhaps not at all, or even if you're younger, is that magic still there? Which I'm sure it is. But let me know your thoughts. As always, Touchwood, my limited edition Link's Awakening arrives tomorrow. I'll drop an unboxing video on that tomorrow. Whenever I do get limited edition boxes, I have to do it for Link's Awakening, right? But yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this discussion. Only a quick one, but yeah, as always, thanks for listening. Take care all, and peace.